Hold on to your seats, football fans. We've got explosive transfer news that's about to rock the Premier League landscape. In what can only be described as a bold power move, Chelsea have surged into pole position to sign one of European football's most coveted young defenders after tabling an audacious 7-year contract offered to Bournemouth's defensive sensation, Dean Huijsen. Our exclusive sources have confirmed that Blue Co's aggressive approach has left rival suitors stunned and transformed the Blues into clear frontrunners for the 50 million rated Spanish international who's been drawing admiring glances from elite clubs across the continent. The 20-year-old Huijsen, who only arrived at Bournemouth from Juventus last summer, has experienced a meteoric rise that has the football world buzzing about his exceptional potential. Standing at an imposing 6'5", with technical ability rarely seen in defenders of his stature, Huijsen has established himself as an indispensable cornerstone of Andoni Iraola's Bournemouth revolution. The young Spaniard has started every Premier League match since mid-December, showcasing a remarkable blend of physical dominance and ball-playing sophistication that has earned him his first senior international call-ups for Spain, despite his tender age. His commanding presence, progressive passing range, and maturity beyond his years have seen respected analysts like Ben Mattinson label him a sensational defensive talent, a description that appears fully justified based on his outstanding debut Premier League campaign. Chelsea's aggressive pursuit of Huijsen represents a perfect alignment with Todd Boehly's much-discussed long-term vision for the club. Our sources within Stamford Bridge indicate that the American chairman has been personally championing the acquisition of versatile, multi-positional players who can provide tactical flexibility while mitigating injury concerns, a profile that Huijsen perfectly embodies with his ability to operate across multiple defensive systems. The proposed 7-year contract through 2032 continues Chelsea's strategy of securing emerging talents on extended deals, allowing the club to amortize transfer fees while building around a core of developing stars who can grow together under Maresca's progressive tactical framework. This approach has drawn both criticism and admiration from football insiders, but there's no questioning the ambition it demonstrates as Chelsea look to reassert themselves among Europe's elite. What makes Chelsea's contract proposition particularly enticing for Huijsen is not merely its financial terms, but the sporting project it represents. According to our contacts close to the negotiations, Chelsea's presentation to Huijsen's representatives during very positive talks last week included detailed plans for his development pathway and central role in Maresca's defensive evolution. With Axel Disasi failing to convince the Italian manager, Wesley Fofana's persistent injury problems, and Trevoh Chalobah expected to depart this summer after his Crystal Palace loan was prematurely terminated, Huijsen has been identified as the defensive cornerstone around whom Chelsea's backline can be reconstructed. This sporting vision, coupled with the financial security of a long-term contract, appears to have significantly resonated with the player and his entourage, giving Chelsea a crucial advantage in negotiations despite formidable competition. Chelsea's competition for Huijsen's signature reads like a who's who of European football heavyweights, underscoring just how significant Chelsea's apparent breakthrough truly is. Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle, and Tottenham have all been monitoring the Spanish defender closely, while continental giants Bayern Munich and Real Madrid have made preliminary inquiries regarding his availability. What makes Chelsea's position as frontrunners even more impressive is their willingness to trigger Huijsen's 50 million release clause, a substantial investment that reflects their unwavering conviction in his world-class potential. Bournemouth, for their part, are reportedly becoming resigned to losing their defensive linchpin, despite his transformative impact at the Vitality Stadium, with the club unable to compete with the sporting platforms and financial packages being presented by Europe's elite institutions. Chelsea's recruitment focus on Huijsen forms part of a broader summer strategy that will see significant reinforcement across multiple positions as Maresca prepares for his sophomore campaign at Stamford Bridge. Sky Sports and other reliable sources have consistently reported that a centre-back, winger, and striker represent the primary targets on Blue Co's transfer agenda, though journalist Simon Phillips suggests ambitions may extend even further. A second centre-back, left-back, goalkeeper, and attacking midfielder have all been discussed in internal planning meetings, though the feasibility of such an extensive overhaul will depend heavily on Champions League qualification and player sales. With crucial fixtures against Everton, Liverpool, Newcastle, Manchester United, and Nottingham Forest still to come, Chelsea's end-of-season form will significantly influence their summer transfer capabilities. The potential acquisition of Huijsen would represent a significant statement of intent from Chelsea's ownership, who remain determined to build a squad capable of challenging for major honors despite the occasional growing pains experienced during their tenure. While critics have questioned the coherence of Blueco's transfer strategy at times, the targeting of Huijsen, a player with both immediate quality and tremendous long-term upside, suggests an increasingly refined approach to recruitment. The defender's ball-playing abilities make him particularly well-suited to Maresca's possession-oriented philosophy, which demands central defenders comfortable building from the back and progressing play through midfield lines. His aerial dominance would also address Chelsea's occasional vulnerability from set pieces, providing a commanding presence in both penalty areas. For Huijsen personally, a move to Stamford Bridge would represent a remarkable acceleration of a career trajectory that has already seen him transition from Juventus prospect to Premier League standout in record time. The opportunity to establish himself as the defensive foundation of a club with Chelsea's resources and ambitions would be difficult to resist, particularly given their demonstrated willingness to place faith in young talent. The proposed 7-year contract would provide Huijsen with unprecedented security while signaling Chelsea's absolute conviction in his development curve. While significant hurdles remain before any deal can be finalized, not least the triggering of his substantial release clause, all indicators now point toward West London as Huijsen's most likely destination as the summer transfer window approaches. The implications of Chelsea potentially securing Huijsen extend far beyond the immediate strengthening of their defensive options. In a transfer market increasingly dominated by competition for emerging talents, beating rivals like Arsenal, Liverpool, and Real Madrid to a player of Huijsen's caliber would represent a significant coup for Blueco's sporting project. It would demonstrate that despite the occasional turbulence of recent seasons, Chelsea remains an attractive destination for elite young players seeking to maximize their development. The security of extended contracts, coupled with the club's continued investment in world-class training facilities and coaching staff, creates a compelling proposition for players looking to establish themselves at the highest level. Wow, what a bombshell this could be for Chelsea fans. If Huijsen does indeed make the move to Stamford Bridge, we could be witnessing the arrival of their defensive anchor for the next decade. Drop a like if you're excited about this potential signing, and let us know in the comments if you think Huijsen is worth the $50 million price tag. Could he be the missing piece that transforms Chelsea's backline into one of the Premier League's most formidable defensive units? The summer transfer window promises plenty more twists and turns, but right now, Chelsea appear to be making the early running in what could be one of the most significant defensive signings of the year.